Today we're going to talk about goal setting, but we're going to talk about it in a context very different than the typical academic way it's discussed. Ever hear the expression, right church, wrong pew? Many business owners find themselves in a quandary, wondering, am I in the right business? Am I going about it in the right way? Is it where I should really focus my time, my energy, my opportunity, my life? At this special mini hot seat, again, one of them we did in Los Angeles, which is where I did most of them, an attendee posed that question, and my answer will probably, maybe not delight, but certainly stimulate your thinking too. So watch carefully.
Most people enter your programs because either the crap's hitting the fan with the business and they're struggling, or they're just slightly lost in their business in general. I applied some of the principles that you teach, and it made me realize when the business exploded that I had the ladder against the wrong wall. Okay. That it wasn't the long-term thing that I wanted. You said that 90% of people that you speak to can be in the wrong business. Do you have a criteria for what the right business is? And have you some examples?
The answer is yes, no. The right business for you is not necessarily the right business for Norm. However, I'm going to give you some parameters based on the relationship these people have with me. And it's different if it's not with me. But if they have a relationship with me, it presupposes they have an abiding interest, recognition, acknowledgement, and desire to maximize the powers of marketing, strategy, back-ending, endorsement, all those things. And then so if that is true, then you overlay and say, what kind of businesses have the highest propensity to that? Usually it's service-type businesses, recurring clients, lots of purchases where you're investing in building a relationship, but it's ongoing, either more of the same or lots of derivatives. And then you got to ask, what are their goals? Most people don't know it. Most people in business don't reach their goals because they don't have any that are more than just abstract. Making more money is not a goal. It's a wish or a dream, isn't it?
I'm not sure what it is because it's not
quantified. You know, you got to know what you want to do and how you're going to get there based on your current assumptions. Say you wanted to make $1 million and you got a training business right now. You did personal training, right?
That's right, Jay.
Personal training, let's say, was making $100,000. Well, unless you change something, if it's $100,000 and it takes, an hour a person and you can do 500 people for $100,000 and you want to make $1 million, you're going to have to find some way to do literally 5,000 people. Now, if you get those 500 to pay 4 times as much, you're going to need 250 more. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to figure out your models, but I think you got to know what your goal is and why. A lot of people say, I want to be a $100 million company. Why? So I can make $3 million. Well, if you can make $3 million from a $6 million company with 1/10 the headaches, the capital investment, maybe that's better. You have to ask a lot of self-discovery questions. Next, you got to know your skills. If you can manage people, you love it, great. If you're a techno whiz and that's great. If not, you got to put yourself into businesses that are either very technologically dependent or non-dependent. If you have income goals and you want to, like Laurel was talking about, taking, business income and using it for external investment, that's one strategy. Most people, by the way, have no exit strategy. Would you agree? Most small, medium businesses? Exit strategy means, what are you going to do at the end? Not when you die, but either when you're tired, when you've outgrown it, when you have a bigger opportunity. I believe, but it's my belief imputed on you guys, you can reject it, that for the same time and effort, you can build an asset worth a lot of money that's worth 10 or 20 or 30 times more when you're done with it than you're making now, or you can have not a business, you can have a vehicle that works as long as you work it, and when you're done, nobody wants it, and the only way you can sell it is if you buy it for them and earn it out, which is basically a joke. I think you got to know what you're trying to do, why you're trying to do it, what your skill sets are, whether the vehicle you're in or you're looking to go in has got a lot of residual value, a lot of repeat, long-term, not necessarily, I don't think perpetual motion exists, but residual, perpetual sort of sales, and what it can be as an asset. And finally, how marketing impactable it is.